Jeff Hardy has finally opened up about his release from WWE. The charismatic enigma has also teased a huge match with his brother Matt Hardy. Jeff Hardy was recently let go by WWE, and the news took the wrestling world by storm. The former world champion reportedly refused WWE's offer of rehab and was released as a result. Jeff Hardy has now made his first appearance since getting released from WWE. The former WWE champion appeared on Matt Hardy's Twitch stream and took a hilarious jibe at his WWE release. He added that he wants to team up with Matt Hardy in an Ultimate Deletion match, somewhere down the line. Jeff Hardy said on Matt's Twitch stream that he would love to do an Ultimate Deletion tag match with Matt Hardy one day. Lol. Jeff Hardy just said he was listening to Release Me by Wilson Phillips and Matt Hardy's Twitch, a Twitter user pointed out. Throughout Matt Hardy's live stream on Twitch, Jeff Hardy seemed to be in good spirits. It remains to be seen what he has in store for his fans in the coming months. We at here wish Jeff the very best for his future. Becky Lynch made a big statement on this week's Raw at the expense of Liv Morgan. However, the man suffered an embarrassing moment throughout the brawl that caught the attention of the fans watching the show. Becky Lynch was able to retain her Raw Women's Championship against Liv Morgan in the main event of the show last week. The champion then made her way out to the ring to address the WWE Universe tonight on Raw. Becky Lynch suffered quite an embarrassing botch as part of the brawl after the man slipped on the floor outside the ring and was then forced to pick herself back up. At this point, Morgan was already on the steel steps and nowhere near Lynch, so it was clear that she slipped and suffered a botch. Interestingly, Morgan still sold the kick as though it connected, even though it was clear that Lynch didn't make any contact. Luckily, Big Time Bex was able to easily move on from the botch and end the segment the way it was scripted. At the end of the segment, despite the botch, Lynch went on to accept the challenge that Morgan had laid down. The man believed that Morgan was injured after trapping her in the steel steps and stated that she would take her up on her offer. WWE is yet to make it official, but after Becky Lynch accepted the challenge, it now appears that the two women will lock horns once again at day one. Becky Lynch then announced that she was heading home to her daughter and her husband because there were no other able-bodied women on the Raw roster who were looking to challenge her for her title. Becky Lynch took to Twitter to comment on the reaction shown by a loyal supporter of her on tonight's Raw, earning herself the nickname of Angry Becky Girl. On the internet, the fan was seen taunting Becky Lynch's present rival Liv Morgan from the front row. Big Time Bex was pleased with what she saw and commended her young fan on Twitter with words of support. "A little legend," said Becky Lynch about the fan. Last week on Monday Night Raw, the WWE Universe bore witness to Angry Liv Girl after Lynch cheated to retain her title against Morgan. The latter even said in an interview that she would love to meet her disappointed fan. The nickname is not new to fans as the Angry Girl term was coined when The Miz first cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on Randy Orton to win the WWE Championship way back in 2010. At that time, a young fan's annoyed expression from the live crowd gave birth to the nickname as she became famous as the Angry Miz Girl. The premiere of SpiderMan No Way Home unfolded in Los Angeles on Monday. Many big celebrities were spotted throughout the premiere, including former WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, Sasha Banks. The film starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, Willem Dafoe, Jamie Foxx, and others will release on the 17th of December in the US. Last year, the boss also made her debut under the Disney banner. She appeared in the second season of The Mandalorian. The WWE superstar appeared in Chapter 11 and in Chapter 16 of the show and played the role of Koska Reeves. Sasha Banks was the only WWE superstar among the who's who of Hollywood and the entertainment industry. Storm Reid, Corinne Fox, Jared Leto, Simu Liu, Nicholas Braun are some of the other celebrities who attended the premiere of SpiderMan No Way Home. Everyone, including many celebrities, looks excited about the latest installment of the Spider-Man series. Are you excited as well? Let me know in comments below. Bayley has been out of action since July, after suffering an ACL injury while training for her match at Money in the Bank. At the time, her timeline for return was pegged at 9 months. This would mean she would be ready for return around WrestleMania next year. Bayley provided an update on the timeline of her return during a recent Q&A on Instagram. We might be seeing her back in action sooner than expected. So, my knee is doing great, my ankle is doing great, my calf is doing great, my shin is doing great, my hip is doing great. My mind is doing great, said Bayley. It's only a matter of time. I'm not going to tell you when, and I don't want all these idiots watching to know when. But I'm going to be coming back soon, maybe no. Y'all better be ready, better be ready. In 2020, Bayley topped the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Top 100 Women's Wrestlers list. Her tag team with Sasha Banks also ranked number 3 on the list of top 50 women's tag teams that same year. Bayley held the Q&A to benefit the Family Giving Tree charity, which provides assistance for families living below the poverty line in the Bay Area.
Oh, let me up with a bright smile on now. Put me in the dark, so won't get lost now. To the moonlight, eyes you.